What I wanted to tell you is that on behalf of the Telstra board, I have today written to the Minister with a proposal from us to build a world-class open access national broadband network. This proposal that we've submitted to the government outlines what would be achieved by a fully detailed bid that Telstra has prepared but which could not be submitted due to a number of unresolved issues in the government's request for proposal. Whilst there's not a fully detailed bid under the terms of the RFP, we certainly believe that the terms of the RFP will allow the government to consider our proposal if it is their wish that they should do so. Our decision not to lodge a fully detailed bid reflects our view that the terms and conditions outlined in the RFP, especially given current global market conditions, would have represented an unconscionable risk to our shareholders. Now is not the time for risks to be taken with shareholder funds. The market presents all too much evidence of the troubles that some companies have got into by taking decisions that in hindsight they've taken on risks that they should not have done so. Telstra remains willing and ready to engage with the government to ensure that Australia harnesses the benefit of the high-speed, high-definition world. Let me give you some details of what we've put forward in this proposal. We would be prepared to invest up to $5 billion of our own capital. The government would provide their $4.7 billion in the form of a concessional loan. We believe that is a superior configuration for taxpayers from a risk perspective. The NBN would be, as we've always said, an open access network with wholesale customers buying wholesale access services on an absolutely equivalent basis to Telstra's retail units. We believe that we can cover up to 90% of the population with the proposal that we have. The network would be capable of downlink speeds of at least 25 megabits and up to 50 megabits for 65 to 75% of that footprint, with downlink speeds between 12 and 20 megabits in the remainder of that footprint. The network would be architected to be upgraded as the right technology becomes available. We are not seeking a ban on any form of infrastructure competition. Our competitors can go out and do whatever they want. A wide range of services including IP telephony, high-speed internet, IPTV, video conferencing and telemedicine would be supported over a network of this sort. A $29.99 or 99 cents per month entry-level 1 megabit retail broadband pricing plan, which is 4 times faster than the existing plan at the same price. That would be available for customers with a Telstra fixed-line telephone service. The rollout would commence as soon as possible across multiple locations in metropolitan and regional Australia and be completed faster than any other alternative that might be proposed. Telstra's proposed is subject to a number of enablers being in place, including no further separation and regulatory certainty over the life of this investment. As I mentioned, we must manage risk on behalf of our shareholders. Unfortunately, the lack of resolution of a number of fundamental issues has meant that Telstra has been unable to submit a fully detailed bid under the RFP. I think it's worth me reiterating to you what those issues were. First of all, the lack of clarity around further separation of the company. The fact that negotiations must remain open for 12 months under the RFP. Confidentiality concerns and the Commonwealth's proposed commercial terms. Separation would be extremely damaging for Telstra's shareholders, for our customers and for the Australian telecommunications industry. With separation, the NBN simply cannot and will not be built. There is no business case. The economics do not work. A separated network would be impossible to build or to maintain. Telstra's board cannot put shareholders in a position where the prospect of such a value-destroying policy as separation could be in place. These concerns have been further exacerbated by the global financial climate, which I think, as you all know, has deteriorated markedly since the RFP was issued. In that 12 months, capital has become more expensive, but more importantly, more difficult to access. Customer demand is less certain, and I would submit will be less certain for some considerable time to come. The Australian dollar has fallen by over 30%, which has increased the cost by more than $1 billion. The NBN, as I think you understand, is essentially an upgrade of Telstra's fixed network. It is one of the largest infrastructure projects and the world's biggest fibre-to-the-node rollout. It would be the biggest fibre-to-the-node network in terms of geographic coverage, and we see it employing some 4,000 people during the life of that project. Telstra very strongly believes that it is the only company that can build a world-class NBN. There is no other company in this country that can match Telstra's capacity. No other company can match Telstra, their investment in Australia. We're Australian-owned with $20 billion of capital investment over the last 5 years. We have 1.4 million Australian shareholders. Telstra has the financial capacity and capital commitment. We have a recent track record in network development and project management. We have a skilled workforce. We have detailed understanding of the national security and network security issues that are crucial to Australia's national and commercial interests. We have the ability to build the NBN as a single, integrated, end-to-end network. And I can't emphasise to you how important that is to customers. I've no doubt others will claim that they can build the NBN, but I'd submit to you that this is neither the time nor the project for taking such a blind leap of faith as that would require. I think you should all be asking these bidders, have they ever built a national network of the size of the NBN? What is their track record, particularly their track record on promises? Do they have the engineering skills, technicians and equipment to carry out a project of this scale? And perhaps even more importantly in these times, how much of their own money are they committing to a project? We certainly would welcome the opportunity to further engage and to engage constructively with the government on this NBN proposal. Telstra and only Telstra has the expertise, the resources and the commitment to build a world-class NBN for Australia.